An amazing debut.
Thank you.
And to be able to go out and play, not just play, but play with confidence and freely after having been there for such a short period of time, that had to feel amazing.
It did. It definitely did. And I think the confidence and not playing timid, not playing scared was a big part of it. Just coming into it knowing that, it's my first week there. I don't know the full, playbook. Like I knew they were going to put me in good positions, but, I thought that, Vic kept it really simple. And really, I just came into it knowing that my number one thing was I just had to play hard and I just had to be, confident, and just play fast. And I feel like I accomplished that. So, it just felt really good. It was very satisfying. And, my biggest thing coming in was earning the respect of my teammates, earning the respect of my coaches. And I think I accomplished that with that first game. So that definitely felt good. And I'm just looking to build on it.
How much does your past history, knowing Vic and Vic knowing you, how much does that help in terms of integrating you into what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I think we have a good working relationship. So, it's easy to communicate with him. And then when it comes to the actual defense itself, I can't say that I recalled everything about the defense coming in, but the longer I'm here, the more I'm hearing it, it's all starting to come back. So it definitely makes it easier as opposed to coming into a completely foreign defense.
How much does it help on a 4th and 1 play with the game on the line to have one of your teammates jumping up and saying, inside zone this way?
I actually didn't hear it, so I mean, I'm sure it helped him and probably helped JC next to him. But I mean, I think that was just a cool clip. Just shows, Mo's a super, intelligent guy. Definitely has a high football IQ. Puts in a lot of work, and studying the game. So that just shows itself. So I saw that video afterwards, and really, I think that's just I love when you see football. A lot of times you see individual plays and individual players make individual plays, but there's so much that goes into it, and it truly is, pretty much all 11 doing their job. But even in that instance, you see Mo calling out the play, he shoots the gap, and then JC next to him just absolutely demolishing his guy. I can't even make that play if they don't do that. So it's just cool seeing the complementary football in that aspect.
That leads me to the next question, which is, have you in your career been able to be grouped with a grouping, a room of defensive linemen that's this talented?
Man, I don't know if I can say that I have. Like, I play with some talented, interior D linemen and edges as well. When my first couple years on the Dolphins, playing with Christian Wilkins and Zach Sealer, like they're formidable in their own way. I think they're different players. I've never played with an interior D line that's so physically imposing. I'll say that. And I love the way they play. I think it just makes it so much easier for me and for Nolan or Jayless or whoever else is on the other edge to be able to play freely and be aggressive because we have guys in the middle that are going to handle their job.
You take a look at this opponent, and there's no doubt that they have got a lot in terms of what they're capable of doing offensively, which means a couple of different things. What do you see from them on film?
Obviously they're tough. They're a very solid team. I think they're coached really well, and all of their guys, they have this identity of, being blue collar, Detroit Lions, tough football. I think that their offense, they have a ton of, home run guys. They have a lot of speed, a lot of solid skill guys. Obviously their O-line is formidable in their own way. So I think it's going to be a good game. It's a really good matchup. It's going to be good on good. And it's not going to be easy by any sense of the word. But it's going to be fun. Like it's, playing in big games like this against great opponents is just an incredible opportunity. So, we're definitely going to have to bring our A game, but so are they.
You got a home game now in front of the crowd at Lincoln Financial Field. You've been there as a visitor once back in
hmm
2023, but now you're going to actually be wearing the Eagles uniform. How jacked do you think you're going to be going into that first play?
That's exciting, man. I was jacked playing at Lambeau, but playing for the home team in Lincoln, like everybody's just been telling me how amazing the atmosphere it is, and I'm super excited for it. So I'm definitely gonna have a lot of energy coming into that.
Not meaning any disrespect to where you were before, but I kind of got a feel as this happened. We saw how you reacted when you got to Philadelphia, the first words out of your mouth, and it kind of to me had a Pinocchio, you're a real boy feel to it right now in terms of what it did for you personally to be placed into this situation. How far off am I on that one?
No, I mean I think you're accurate with that. Like I think you said it perfectly too. Like there's no slight on the Dolphins, and that's something that people kind of interpreted. Me saying, "Oh, this is the greatest thing that's happened to me," as saying, oh, the Dolphins was a horrible thing that happened to me. Like I have nothing but love for the Dolphins organization and for my time there. But when it comes to football and comes to the opportunity, like I couldn't ask for a better situation and opportunity than this. I mean, playing on the reigning Super Bowl champs, a team that has such an ingrained culture of winning and toughness and togetherness. It's just special for me. And, there's a lot of exciting things happening in my life right now. Obviously contract year coming up, different things like that. So when it comes to my career, I think this is the biggest thing that's happened to me so far. And truthfully, the onus is on me to take advantage of the situation and the opportunity, right? But just being put in this situation, I was just super blessed and super grateful. In general, in life, I take change in stride, and I think that change is an exciting thing, and especially change leading to a situation like this. Like I just have been super excited for it.
Well, you do take change in stride, and that comes from history, I would imagine. You and I have talked about this before, but your life either reads like a novel or a script for a movie because of the number of twists and turns there have been.
Yeah.
Obviously, the injuries, that was something dating even back to your beginnings at college, but certainly the last couple of years in the NFL. Everything has been about trying to react to change. I'm assuming that what that does is it takes a young man like you and makes you tougher.
Absolutely. In general, adversity always makes you tougher. But what I've learned over the years is that it's all about perspective and it's all about how you handle adversity. Like everybody is going to go through adversity in life, whether it's relationships, whether it's career, whatever it is. And I think what separates, average or failure from success is how you handle that adversity and being able to take any situation. I truly believe that any situation on the onset, like when a situation is presented, it's not either good or bad or indifferent. It just is. And how you interpret it and how you build from it is what really determines what it ends up being. So, even with getting traded to the Eagles, it could be a bad thing. I could come in and, like I said, not take the opportunity or take it for granted and piss away the opportunity, do whatever, or I could come in and make it the best thing that's ever happened to me. With, the injuries, like I could sit there and feel sorry for myself and cower and just spiral or whatever, or I could thank God for giving me the opportunity to get stronger and to deal with more adversity. So, I think for me, it's just kept me a lot more level-headed. And, it's after everything that happened at UCLA, I kind of thought, all right, that was my adversity. Now it's going to be smooth sailing. And then I tear the Achilles, and now I'm like, okay, now that's really my adversity. Now it's going to be smooth sailing. Then I tear my ACL. So it's just a constant reminder of kind of what life is, but it also, kind of empowered me in the sense that, I felt like I was able to take control of the situation and of my life rather than let my life control me. And so, yeah, I can't be anything but grateful for everything that's happening. It's funny that you call it like a storybook or a movie because I liken it to that all the time. Like it really does feel like it's preordained or that, it's just a wild script. And, I always kind of say as a joke, like, what good is a story without a little bit of drama? Like nobody likes, just a basic story that just goes and doesn't have any twists and turns. Like all the best movies, all the best plays always have ups and downs and everything in between. So it's been fun. It's been a fun run.
Music. You and I
Hmm.
have talked about this, such a big part of your life, such a big part of really all of your life, not just, in the past, but recently as well. How much of that remains a part of you moving forward? How much are you able to integrate that into your life? Probably not as much during a football season.
Yeah, exactly. During the season, I'm pretty locked in. And when I get outside of football, I really like to just be mindless and kind of unwind and spend quality time with my fiance and my cats and catch up with my parents and my sister and friends and stuff. Uh, music takes a lot of creative energy. It takes a lot of like my mental headspace. So, for me during the season, I kind of stay away from it. But then right when the off season comes around, I really get back into it. And it's such a breath of fresh air. And it's just like, it's very cathartic for me. It's just like, there's nothing more beautiful than music and to be able to create music and to, produce and engineer and write songs and do things like that. Like it's a beautiful thing. I think music is incredible things in this world. And so I'm grateful that I'm musically inclined for sure.
So here's the question. You haven't been there for very long. Have you cornered Jordan Mailata yet? Have you talked to the guys yet about maybe their next Christmas album, maybe bringing a beat to it, maybe making something a little bit different than they've had before?
Yeah, no, I definitely taught. I was actually doing some extra cardio with Jordan and both Jordans, Jordan Davis and Jordan Mailata, and both of them have incredible voices. So I'm like, man, we got to get in the studio. Like, I got to record you guys because yeah, it's not often that you find such talented singers, especially being 6'8", freaking 300 and some pound football players being able to sing so delicately.
Joe, and really great catching up with you. Appreciate it so much. Good luck the rest of the way.
You too. Thank you so much.